Happening at sunrise, the cleanup is well underway after a historic blizzard slamming the East Coast.
And the turnpike is reopened this morning after leaving hundreds stranded for more than a day.
6 News at Sunrise. Coverage you can count on in high definition. Starts now.
Good morning. Glad you're starting your day with 6 News at Sunrise. Today is Monday, January 25th. I'm Tim Rigby.
And I'm Lindsay Ward. Weather remains to be the top story this morning. We have live team coverage. Our Erica Stanish is at the Bedford County Turnpike, where things are slowly getting back to normal after hundreds were stranded over the weekend. And our Abby Way will have more on the reaction online to this historic blizzard. But first, let's get to our weatherman here, Chief Meteorologist Jim Burton. Jim, any positive news now after that storm?
They have a lot of positive news. Temperatures are going to warm up gradually, and nothing really big coming in the forecast for now. So at least we have a chance to clean up and get rid of the snow that's it's been plaguing us since it started here on Friday.
Things are finally beginning to calm down after the winter storm ripped through our coverage area over the weekend.
Hundreds of vehicles and thousands of drivers were stranded on the Pennsylvania Turnpike in Bedford and in Somerset counties from Friday night to just last night. Our Erica Stanish is live now at the Bedford Turnpike with more on how agencies work together to keep everyone safe. Erica?
That's right, Tim. Lindsay, right before 5 last night, the westbound lanes here reopened, and that opened all lanes of traffic here on the turnpike after nearly 31 inches of snow dumped down here over the weekend. Now, crews recall it as an overwhelming task, working to dig out thousands of people stranded on the turnpike. Bedford County's Emergency Management Director says it was a large effort from multiple local and state agencies to clean up the turnpike after Winter Storm Jonas came through. 60 buses were brought in Saturday night to take the stranded travelers here safely to Bedford County High School, and the National Guard was deployed to help in every aspect.
They did everything from hand out food, bottles of water to people that had been stranded for hours and hours on the turnpike, to shoveling out, pushing out, pulling out, directing and helping people in any way that was directed to them to do.
Now, the chairman of the Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission issued an apology regarding the situation in Bedford and Somerset counties. In his statement, Chairman Sean Logan apologized to all of the travelers who were stranded. He says, in part, all of us at the PA Turnpike and everyone else on the response team had you in our thoughts and prayers. He added that there will be a thorough analysis of the events that led up to this incident, as well as a review of what occurred over the course of the last 2.5 days. In his statement, Logan also thanked all of the volunteer fire departments, the Red Cross, and several businesses and organizations that provided aid throughout the whole ordeal. So again, all lanes of traffic are reopened here at the Turnpike. But let's head over to our social media reporter, Abby Way, who has more on how some are reacting to the Turnpike closing over the weekend. Abby?
Erica, yes, there's a lot of talk online about this, and many of it was coming from the people who were stranded on the turnpike. If you're stranded, what else is there to do but go to your phone? And that's what many people did on Twitter, like this person who said, you would think with annual fare increases, the PA Turnpike would have heated roads, LOL. So maybe they'll look into something like that. One of the people stranded on the turnpike was country star, Cassidy Hope, who posted, thanks for your hard work through all hours of the night to get everyone to safety, PA National Guard. We appreciate you. So another big group that happened to be stranded was the Duquesne men's basketball team. They tweeted a lot throughout the entire ordeal. One of their tweets said, we're not in this alone. Duke's hanging out with middle schoolers from Iowa on the bus next to us, and they posted this photo with them. They also posted some photos of them pushing the bus, also walking to get some pizza. So if you want to see more from them, just head over to our WJC page. I have more there. And then here's another one from somebody else who said, snow altars amid Blizzard 2016's wrath. Pilgrims celebrate the PA Turnpike Highway to Heaven Mass with this photo where they made a makeshift mass right there. A lot of people gathered around for that, so that's pretty cool. And then one more here from somebody else who said, proud of our students who helped push out 20+ cars as we waited on the PA Turnpike this afternoon. And you can see many students there. I also saw some tweets from people saying that it made them feel better to see that so many people are helping each other. So nice to see that coming out from other people helping each other throughout all this. If you want to see more of those tweets, just head over to our page, WJCTV.com. Back to you guys.
Well, hundreds of drivers were stranded this weekend on the turnpike trying to get home. We found others who were intentionally going out into the storm to help and make some money at the same time. Plow trucks were out in full force and they weren't staying locally. We found a group of guys traveling from Oil City to Maryland where plows and operators are limited.
There's 3 of us going down: AK Lawn Care, My Business, McIntyre Landscaping, and Seifert Contracting, I should say. Paying big bucks, but we got to make the money while the snow's flying.
When we talked to the group Saturday morning, they were only running on about 2 hours of sleep, but were anxious to continue on. New at sunrise, one person was taken by helicopter after a vehicle accident in Jefferson County. This happened along Airport Road in Washington Township just after 4:30 in the afternoon. Police say James Horner was speeding around a curve and hit a guide rail. The car then went airborne and crashed into an embankment. Horner was ejected through the windshield and taken to UPMC Altoona for serious injuries. No word on his condition this morning.
Also new this morning, crews were on scene of a barn fire for several hours Sunday in Bedford County. Dispatchers say it happened on Black Valley Road in Everett. The fire broke out just after 1:30 in the afternoon. At least 4 companies were fighting the blaze until around 7:30 at night.
Today we'll get to the middle 30s with a little sun here and there. I'll have 7-day details coming up. Back to you.
Another Catholic priest has been put on leave and faces allegations of child abuse. The announcement was made Sunday morning. Officials from the Altoona-Johnstown Diocese says 74-year-old Reverend Charles Bodziak is suspended from the church. He will remain on leave while officials review the allegations that say stem back more than 30 years. In Center County, Ferguson Township police are working around the clock investigating a homicide. Police say friends found 61-year-old Jean Tuggy dead inside her home Thursday. That's along Iron Street in Pine Grove Mills. According to the Center Daily Times, Coroner Scott Sayers says there was trauma to the body, but police aren't releasing how she died. They do say there was no sign of forced entry and robbery does not appear to be a motive. Anyone with information is asked to call police.
A jury trial is expected to begin today for a Johnstown man accused of shooting and killing a man in the city's Oakhurst section in 2014. 22-year-old Earl Mitchell is charged with the murder of 27-year-old Jerick Adams. He's also accused of seriously injuring another man, 28-year-old Jonathan Moore. Police say Mitchell smiled at the 2 men before pulling the trigger. The jury of 7 men and 5 women will hear the case, and we'll have much more on this as the trial develops. A New York woman is behind bars after allegedly trying to smuggle drugs into the Somerset State Prison. Police say earlier this month, 21-year-old Hazel Pacheco tried to give 24-year-old Louis Guadalupe synthetic marijuana while visiting him in prison. Pacheco is out on bail. She's expected to face a judge in March. And new this morning out of Elk County, police are investigating a theft along Grant Road in Ridgeway Township. Police say someone stole at least 40 firearms from a home. If anyone has any information on this, call State Police in Ridgeway. Super Bowl 50's matchup is set up with the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos.
This comes after Peyton Manning and Tom Brady faced off for the 17th time in their storied careers. Brady fell to 2-7 in his career in Denver. He remains one of the NFL's all-time greats at quarterback, but on Sunday, Manning was the better quarterback. Manning completed 17 of his 32 passing attempts for 176 yards, 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. Brady, by comparison, 27 of 56, 310 yards, 1 touchdown, but he threw 2 interceptions. The Broncos beat the Patriots 20-18.
This was a special victory. It was a heck of a game, but I think kind of like I was saying earlier, just sort of taking it 1 week at a time and staying patient. That's kind of been the advice that I've tried to follow, and I think that's served me well so far.
Manning has a chance to add to his legacy and will have the opportunity to win his 2nd Super Bowl trophy.
And on the other side, the Carolina Panthers cruised to a huge victory over the Arizona Cardinals in the NFC Championship, winning 49-15. Quarterback Cam Newton had a huge game for the Panthers with 2 passing touchdowns along with 2 rushing touchdowns. Here's what the quarterback had to say after the game.
And now we're paving our own story right now. We're not done. Our pen has a lot more ink left, and I'm happy to say that and blessed to say that as well, and put ourselves in this situation that we created, and it's great to see.
The Broncos and the Panthers will face off February 7th in Santa Clara, California. Your time now is 5:11, 20 degrees outside. Snowflakes have finally stopped falling from the blizzard from over the weekend that slammed the East Coast.
Next on Sunrise, how it is still impacting millions.
There is still a lot of cleanup to do. Snow is piled everywhere, but we may melt a little bit of it off come this week. Temperatures are going to moderate. A little freezing drizzle possible tonight. I'll have your 7-day right after this.